Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms for the 2 to 4 inch lifted 2001 and newer 4-wheel drive Ford F-150s, but excluding the Raptor. This upgrade is perfect for F-150 owners who have installed a suspension lift between 2 and 4 inches and you're looking to enhance both the performance and the durability of the vehicle's front suspension system. The Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms are engineered to address the challenges that come with lifting your F-150. When a truck is lifted, the factory control arms can cause improper ball joint angles and suspension geometry, leading to premature wear and compromised handling. These upgraded control arms correct the ball joint angle, ensuring that your suspension geometry remains correct. The heavy-duty OEM-style ball joints come pre-greased and are fully replaceable, providing ease of maintenance and longevity over time. Also, the hardened rubber bushings reduce deflection, contributing to improved handling and ride quality with minimal maintenance requirements. By maintaining proper alignment specifications and improving suspension articulation, these control arms enhance both on-the-road handling and off-road capabilities, making them an ideal choice for F-150 owners who demand performance and reliability from their trucks. Built with high-quality materials, the Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms utilize 1.5 inch diameter tubing for strength and durability. The control arms are finished with this nice protective coating to resist corrosion and wear, further extending their service life. The included attachments for brake and ABS lines facilitates a clean and secure installation, maintaining the functionality of that system. As far as pricing goes on this, it's coming in right in that mid $400 price range for the pair of 2 control arms. This investment offers a balance of enhanced performance, durability, and ease of maintenance, providing a cost-effective solution for F-150 owners looking to optimize their lifted suspension setup. Installation on this is nice and straightforward for a control arm swap, so we're going to rate this a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in about 3 hours of your time. So now let's head on out to the shop and we're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how that install process goes.
For this install you need 3/8 impact, 21 swivel and deep socket, 18mm socket, pry bar, 18, 19, 21, and 27mm wrench, a hammer, a marker, a hanger tool, and also not showing to be a lift and pull jacks. All right, today we're going to be installing a control arm on our F-150. Now we're going to watch a quick uninstall. Now the uninstall is on a 21 F-150. It's pretty much the same, all the same size bolts, just looks slightly different underneath. But we'll watch that, come back here to install our new control arm. All right, so we're gonna start off by disconnecting our sway bar link from our knuckle just to give us a little bit more movement. So we're gonna grab our impact and 21mm socket and take this nut off. Now we're gonna get our sway bar link out. If you need to, you can use a little pry bar just to give it a little pivot to free that up. Next, we're gonna disconnect our tie rod. So we're gonna take our same 21mm socket, take off our nut. Now you see that came loose, came out of our knuckle. If you need to, you can grab a hammer if it's stuck and just tap right here. Should break it free. Just gonna let that rest down like so. We're gonna switch to our 18mm socket and take off our 2 nuts on the lower control arm for our strut. Now we're gonna take our 2 bolts out of the back of our control arm. So I'm gonna take a marker and actually just outline our nut here, just so we can put that in a similar place when going back together. This is a slotted hole, so it'll move back and forth. You will need alignment after this, so this just gets us close enough. So we're gonna grab our impact and 21mm socket on the head and a 27mm wrench on the nut and take both the front and the back bolts out. So let's leave that loose for now. We're gonna make sure we mark the rear bolt too. I'm gonna take this one out too. Bolts out. Make sure you have a handle on this because this will swing down. We're just gonna wiggle that off of our strut studs like so. Now that the bottom of our strut is loose, we're gonna take our 15mm ratcheting wrench and take our top 3 nuts off up here. Once you get them loose, you can just spin them off. We're gonna do 2 of them, and then the last one you'll need to support the strut to help get off. we'll spin that off and then take our strut out completely. Now that you have your factory strut out, you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. Now that we have our factory strut out, we're just gonna get ready to get our control arm off. Now I just threw our tie rod back in our knuckle to help it from spinning. We're gonna break our upper ball joint loose. So I have my 18mm ratcheting wrench. We're gonna loosen our nut, back that off, and we're gonna get that to where it's right about the end of our threads. Grab our hammer, give it a tap to break it free. Now that that's free, you take our tie rod back out. And we're gonna lift up and try to get this off. If you need to, you can just spin this off. Now this will drop down. So we're gonna grab our caliper hanger tool, just hang this up for now, just so we catch the weight coming down. Still got a little bit of threads left. All right, so we got this released. Toss our nut on the side and just hang up our knuckle, just so it doesn't hang out like crazy. Now we can get our upper control arm off. We're gonna grab our 18mm ratcheting wrench for the heads on the inside and our 21mm wrench for the nuts on the outside. Have to get past a little bit of wiring here. You can get your wrench in there, like so. So it's loose. We're just gonna take off our nuts, slide our bolts out. And we can remove our whole upper control arm together. All right, now you go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, so now we're gonna get our new control arm installed. You just wanna make sure you have the right one. You'll see an L on there labeled for left. Also, the ball joint will be pointed towards the back of the vehicle. So we're gonna get this in place. Get our bolts reinstalled. We're just gonna use our factory bolts. Right on our nuts, and we can go ahead and get that tightened down. So we'll grab our 18mm wrench, 21mm wrench, go ahead and tighten that down. And once we get one side snug, we just want to kind of prop this up so we can get it at kind of the right angle so we can tighten it down at the right spot. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just gonna prop it up so it sits about there. Go ahead and tighten this one down. Do the same thing for the other side. So now, since this control arm is for a 2 to 4 inch lift, as you can see, we have our Mammoth 2-inch spacer on our factory strut. We'll get that installed now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything loosely installed right on our top nuts. And we can go ahead and get our knuckle back in our new control arm and get everything else tightened up. So now we're gonna get our knuckle back onto our new control arm. Now we have a flat washer and a locking nut to go on the bottom of this. Now this might be a little bit of a fight just to get everything angled properly, to get it off our hook. And you can go ahead and lift this up and just get that threaded on loosely. If you need to, you can use a floor jack, that would help too. Now we're gonna tighten down the top of our strut to help pull that up just to make getting the control arm in a little bit easier. So we're gonna grab our 18mm ratcheting wrench, go ahead and tighten that down. Now we're gonna try to get our lower control arm back into place. Now we may need to raise this up, put a pole jack under, or lower it down to use a floor jack. But we're gonna get our bottom of our strut lined up in our control arm. Get this up in place. As you can see, that's gonna be a little bit of fight. So we're gonna have to get these nuts on here, just thread it on loosely, just to help hold it up. If you want, you can even go ahead and tighten these down. That's gonna be our impact and 18mm socket. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and raise this up, use a couple pole jacks to help lift this up in place. All right, now as you can see, we do have a couple pole jacks holding up the edge of our control arms here. We just had to angle it a little weird just to catch the edge to get it up in place. But we have it up there. We're gonna get our bolts reinstalled. That on, thread our nut on. Same thing for the other side here. Move this around a little bit. Give a little tap with our hammer. Thread our nut on, then we can go ahead and move our pole jacks out of the way. Then we can go ahead and tighten our bolts down. We have our impact and 21mm socket, 27mm wrench to hold it back. Once we get that kind of close, use a pry bar to put that back in the marks that we made. Now you're definitely gonna need an alignment after this anyway, but we're gonna get as close as possible. While we're under here, we can put our tie rod back in, right on our nut, and grab our impact and 21mm socket and tighten that down. So we just have two more things left. We gotta put our sway bar link in and tighten our upper control arm. We're gonna start with our sway bar link, just get that line back up in our knuckle. If you need to, use your pry bar, just to help pivot that in place. Thread our 21mm nut on, grab our impact and socket and tighten that down. Now we're gonna grab our 19mm ratcheting wrench and go ahead and tighten down our control arm. All right, once you have this side all put back together, you can go to repeat all those same steps on the other side of the truck. And that wraps up our install of our Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms for a 2 to 4 inch lift for a 2021 and newer four-wheel drive F-150, excluding the Raptor. And remember, for everything F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.